Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Indigenous Entrepreneurs Podcast. Today I have Austin Calabaza with me. He's with the Better Business Bureau, also known as the BBB. So he's here to tell us a little bit about what they do and what their organization's all about. But before we get into that, if you could just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are, Austin.
Yeah, absolutely. Gawatsi sa hopa yat shikis she Austin Calabazi inishe. Ki ani nishle do to hajloni dine bashashin ando ashin dashiche do to hajloni dine dashinali. Hello everyone, my name is Austin Calabaza. I am Danette and Kiwa. I'm the marketing coordinator for the Better Business Bureau serving New Mexico and Southwest Colorado.
So, what exactly is the Better Business Bureau?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Better Business Bureau, also known as the BBB, we are a nonprofit here to help serve as the middleman between business owners as well as consumers. A lot of what we do is through making sure that businesses are adhering to ethical business practices. We also offer mediation services for if a consumer is unable to reach an agreement with the business. And one of the biggest things that I'd like to also clear up is that the bureau part kind of confuses people. Like I had mentioned, we're a nonprofit. We're not a government entity, and we're a non-reporting agent entity as well. That's not to say that we don't have good relationships with state and national entities. We have a wonderful relationship with the New Mexico Department of Justice, as well as the Colorado Office of Attorney General, too.
I think you had also mentioned that you're not a pay to play type of entity, which is a misconception that a lot of people have.
Yeah. So another misconception that people have about the BBB is when businesses are applying for accreditation, some consumers and just some people in the general public think of it as a pay to play, and we are not that at all. When businesses actually have to apply for accreditation, and they go through. We vet the business. So we do that through if your business needs to have any applicable licensing through CID or RLD. We'll look that up in database as well as if it's in Colorado, we'll look up the Colorado equivalent. Um, we'll look up how long you've been in business, where it was registered, whether it's New Mexico Secretary of State or Colorado Secretary of State. Um, and we also look for government actions that if there are any government actions against your business, we'll also look that up as well. And when businesses are committing or becoming accredited, they're also adhering to the same standards, our mission and vision, our standards for trust. So that way we're all on the same page.
Yeah. So, you guys serve to protect the consumers, but you also serve to help promote businesses as well. Because if they go through you and they get accredited, that shows the consumer this is a trustworthy business. This is someone you can work with. So it kind of serves as a marketing tool
Yeah.
and a way to promote your business as well. So I'm wondering if you could just talk a little bit about some of the benefits that businesses would receive by working with the BBB and by considering getting accredited.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Better Business Bureau, we have a variety of resources. Like I had mentioned, accreditation is the biggest one. With accreditation, you are able to use the BBB accredited business seal, which kind of Cecilia had mentioned is a great way to market your business. The Better Business Bureau has been around for over 100 years nationally and here in New Mexico since 1945. So that torch is a symbol of trust. It's a very it's an iconic logo that people think of when they think of trust. That's usually what they mention. Outside of accreditation, we do also host monthly webinars that kind of they change depending on what our accredited businesses are needing. This past month we did one on black market auto sales. Next month we'll be doing one on marketing, and we switch them out based on what our businesses are needing. And that's the nice thing, we're able to flow with businesses and kind of meet them where they're at. Some of the other initiatives that we've introduced more local programming. We have a networking event that is on the second Wednesday of every month for newly accredited businesses. It's called BBB Jumpstart. It's basically where myself and our business development team are show you best tips, best practices on how to leverage your BBB accreditation, kind of in a more group setting. It's also meant to introduce you to other accredited businesses. You never know when you might need someone for a particular service or particular thing, and that's what Jumpstart is all about as well. One of the more one-on-one things that we started introducing is our Tech Thursdays. That one is kind of like it's a one-on-one with myself and our marketing director Sean, where we go over best tips, best practices on how to leverage your accreditation. As I had mentioned, you're able to use the BBB accredited business seal. So we kind of show you some ways through social media, how you can use that, best ways, just letting your customers know. We have a wonderful thing called our dynamic seal that you can put onto your website that takes people directly to your business profile. It shows your rating. It shows your rating live, so consumers can know as well too.
So what type of businesses can get accredited through the BBB? Is it just like trade businesses, service oriented businesses?
So primarily, most types of businesses can get accredited. Services or products. I know off the top of my head, like one type of business that can't get accredited is psychics. But here in our service area, we have about 3,400 accredited businesses in New Mexico and Southwest Colorado. About 70% of them are in the trades industries, primarily construction. But that's not to say like restaurants, attorneys, financial planners, professional services can all get accredited as well. And that's what we're here for, to educate consumers.
Yeah, and I think just from a consumer's perspective, like when I'm looking to hire someone for like a contracting job or something, and if I see that they're accredited with the BBB, to me that is a symbol of trust. So that's not just a benefit to the consumer but also to the business, because at least from my perspective as like a consumer, I would probably choose someone that's listed under the BBB versus someone who's not, unless I like know the person. Yeah. So I could see that as one of the benefits of businesses working with the BBB. And you mentioned you serve New Mexico and Colorado, so not just like Albuquerque, you service the whole state of New Mexico.
Yeah. So we cover the whole state of New Mexico, all the way up to Farmington, Taos, Raton, to the east, Tucumcari, Portales, southeast New Mexico, as well as pretty much the whole state. A lot of my job is building community and getting to know our consumers as well as our accredited businesses. So that takes me to various parts of New Mexico, which I'm very fortunate to, be a part of and spread that message and let people know. And this, we have 10 counties in Southwest Colorado, primarily like Pagosa, Durango, Cortez, all the way up to Grand Junction. So our service area keeps me busy, but like I said, provides me a wonderful opportunity to let everyone know what we have to offer.
Yeah, and you guys work with native owned and like tribally owned businesses as well.
Absolutely. So in our service area, we have the 23 federally recognized tribal communities here in New Mexico, and then we also have 2 tribal communities in Southwest Colorado. We're here to serve everyone, and primarily for myself as an Indigenous person, we are there to help Indigenous communities, especially when it comes to scam awareness. That is something that I've seen even in my own family and in my communities where individuals have been affected by scams, whether it's a government imposter or employment, and pretty much everything in between. We work and to let consumers know.
Yeah, so you basically serve consumers and the businesses to just help create a good business environment in New Mexico where the consumers can trust the businesses that are serving them. Yeah, that's awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to mention? Any success stories that you'd like to share of businesses who have worked with the
Yeah.
BBB?
So one of the biggest success stories that I can think of is an accredited business here locally called PC Place. They've been our partner on electronic recycling for our biannual shred days. They've done three of them with us now. They'll be doing a fourth one in April with us. Um, we've we've been a part of that journey, and it's been wonderful to foster that relationship. Um, I love going to their storefront and seeing them leverage their accreditation. They
Mm-hmm.
have their seal in the window. They have certificates that we've presented them throughout the years. Last year, we attended their 30th business anniversary. They also celebrated 10 years of accreditation, um, and it's just great to see them grow and build, and they've ultimately become ambassadors for us on
Mm-hmm.
spreading what the BBB has. And I will say that's one of the bigger things that's different about the Better Business Bureau is that we are here in the community. We're live people. You can meet with us. You can come to our offices. We have one in Albuquerque, and we also have one in Farmington. And yeah.
Yeah, so you're approachable, you're
Mhm.
available. He's also always at different networking events. I met Austin at the American Indian Chamber of Commerce networking events, which I think you go to like almost every single
Almost
one of
all,
them.
yeah, almost all of
Yeah.
them. If I'm not there, then you can, like I said, you can find me at a variety of different networking events. We have wonderful relationships with a variety of chambers of commerces, primarily with a really good one with the American Indian Chamber of Commerce of New Mexico. We've been able to build that relationship. Last year, we co-hosted a networking event with them as well, and it's just exciting to be a part of it.
Hmm. Yeah, and um, like you mentioned, your physical office locations are here in Albuquerque, and then there's one in
Mhm.
Farmington as well. So people could like stop by
Mhm.
there if they're in the area to
Yeah,
connect with you all.
absolutely.
And then also, I know you mentioned the events on Wednesdays and Thursdays. That's another way people can
Mhm.
connect with you. Are there any other final thoughts or things that you would like to share?
Yeah. Um, the best way to keep in contact with your BBB is by following us on social media. We're on all four major platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X. Our handle is BBBNMCO, or you can type in Better Business Bureau serving New Mexico and Southwest Colorado. Um, and like I said, we're here in the community. We're here to service business owners as well as consumers. If you ever have questions about what we do, who we are, feel free to reach out to myself, or you can reach out to our office and we can set something up.
And I will link all of those, I'll include all those links and social media and everything in the description on this podcast episode so that you guys can just access that really easily. Um, but thank you so much, Austin, for coming and for sharing all this information with us. I think it's a really good thing for people to know about, and just that working with the BBB is not just for consumers, but also helps your business kind of show that it is trustworthy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.